all. Sri Kumaraswamy Mahavidyalaya Avsa, District Latur in Maharashtra State, which organized an international e-conference every day, a webinar series. For today's session on the dais is with us Honorable Andreea Cristina ma'am, who is a keynote speaker for today's session. So first of all, I heartily welcome to you, madam. I welcome the chief organizer of the in-conference, Honorable Dr. M. Bedkar sir, and also heartily welcome all those dear participants. The topic for today's presentation is Reshaping Our Professional Lives with Artificial Intelligence, that is AI. Now this topic is going to present, as I have mentioned, Honorable Andreea ma'am. She is an employer branding and social media marketing who is from this field and who is from Romania. So with this brief introduction, now I request you, madam, please start your presentation on the topic Reshaping Our Professional Lives with Artificial Intelligence. But kind request, give some more details before to start presentation. Thank you and welcome.
Thank you very much, Prashant, for the awesome introduction. Hello, everybody. It is very exciting for me to be here in front of you today. A great thank you also to Dr. Bedkar, who invited me for the session and offered me this great opportunity to be speaking today in front of you all. Give me just 1 second so I can share my screen with you and start sharing my presentation. Kindly let me know if you are able to see my screen.
Yes, ma'am. Yes. Okay.
All right. That's fantastic. All right. So as you, sir, mentioned, today's session is all about getting a better understanding of how artificial intelligence is basically reshaping the professional landscape. So before I dive into this topic, I want to encourage every one of you to ask questions, send comments in the chat. I really want this to be an interactive session, a two-way communication. So I don't want me to be the only one talking. I would love to hear your thoughts as well on this topic. And just a brief introduction about who I am and what I do on a daily basis. So I'm currently working as an employer branding and internal communications lead for Ernst & Young, EY. You might have heard it's one of the big four companies in financial audit and consulting. And I have studies in brand management. I have a master's degree and a bachelor's degree in international business and economics. You can also find me on LinkedIn, but we can talk about this at the end of the session. I do have a great passion for artificial intelligence. Even though I'm not a technical person, I use artificial intelligence every single day in my work, especially thanks to the organization that I am part of, because we are encouraged to use artificial intelligence in our day-to-day tasks at work. And the company that I work for is also among the pioneer companies that have implemented an internal artificial intelligence tool that we are encouraged to use. All right, so before we dive in, I would like to break the ice with a question for everyone here. Please let me know in the chat section, what is the first thing that comes to your mind when you hear artificial intelligence? Maybe it's an emotion, I don't know, whatever. What crosses your mind when you hear artificial intelligence? What is the first thing that you have in mind? Do you all have access to the chat section? Chat GPT, all right. Chat GPT twice. What else do we have? Copilot, Gemini, correct. Okay, nice. We'll get to those points as well. Claude, okay. Good. Okay. Well, to put it short in a nutshell, let's say, artificial intelligence is a technology that basically allows machines to learn from experience, to adapt to new inputs, and perform human like tasks, such as recognizing speech, making decisions, or even identifying patterns. You can see on the right side of the slide that I added a funny meme that I found on the internet, which I believe it's very representative for the fact that artificial intelligence has evolved to become very user-friendly in nature. So even though we think about robots and sophisticated technology, that's not what everyone sees. So when we a person that does not deal with technology on a daily basis accesses, let's say, ChatGPT, you'll see that in real life it is a very friendly platform. But where this all AI thing, or when, better said, did the AI journey start? The story takes us back to even the 20th century, when in 1950 we had a British mathematician named Alan Turing. You may have heard of him, who published the first article on computing machinery and intelligence. This document wanted to basically show the world, to test out if a machine can exhibit intelligent behavior. 10 years later, in the 1960s, early artificial intelligence research was conducted. And that led to the development of the first artificial intelligence program called ELISA, which is a natural language processing computer program. So just imagine that. We are talking about almost 65 years ago. And we had artificial intelligence even back then, but it was just a very, very early stage of AI. Moving on, in 1997, IBM, I think you know the big tech company, developed Deep Blue, which was a program that was able to defeat the world's chess champion, Garry Kasparov, in a chess game. So that was very important and game-changing because it showed that the potential of artificial intelligence in problem solving is huge. Now, in 2011, IBM again released Watson, which brought AI into the public spotlight. So when we think about AI, we're talking about a lot of history in here. Even if we are only, let's say, using it for, maybe we've been using it for the past, let's say, 4 to 5 years at maximum. Once again, back to you. And I want to know, what is your current profession? If you can tell me in the chat. Educator. Okay, nice. Teacher. Fantastic. Doctor. Okay. And then, how do you think artificial intelligence will affect your current job or industry in the next 5 years? Do you think you will use AI? Do you think it will change the way you work? Does it scare you? Do you think you will never use it? What's your opinion on that?
Most of the apps are will be conducted by AI, I think.
Okay.
Uh,
It's true.
I think the AI will always require the help of human brain. Unless and until the inputs are not there, AI will not grow further. And the human help is actually required. It is like an instrument we have to use.
Correct. All right. Very nice perspectives. I also see in the chat that people are saying that we will use AI to make our work easy. It might pose a danger. It might replace humans. Very, very interesting answers from your side, and thank you very much. All right, let's see what's going to happen. Is it really going to replace humans? And are we actually going to lose our job because of artificial intelligence? Well, research from World Economics Forum stated that it's true that now with the launch of artificial intelligence, around 85 million jobs will be removed from the job market. I mean, that's a lot, right? 85 million jobs. However, the interesting thing here is that AI is not just removing jobs, but is also creating some new ones, right? Also, the same study shows that AI, artificial intelligence, is going to create 97 million new jobs in the future. So if we do some math here, some calculations, we get to 12 million net job creation. So if we balance these two statistics out, basically AI will only help us, right, transform our jobs. And that means we will have an increased need for reskilling workers. And we have the potential for artificial intelligence to augment jobs rather than replace them. Somebody told us in the comments that AI will help us make our work easy. And that is true. I want you to remember 20 years ago about the rise of the internet. When internet came into play, our careers have changed as well, right? When we switched to digital, when we started to use personal computers in our daily work, that was also a big move, right? It was a big change for us. And maybe at the beginning we were scared, but now look at us. We are able to be sitting here across different parts of the world at the same table, let's say, thanks to the internet. And the same thing is going to happen with artificial intelligence. It's only going to transform our professional lives, but it doesn't really mean it's something bad. It means it is supposed to help us enhance our day-to-day life, especially in the professional field. And we'll talk a little bit more about that. There are again some studies by McKinsey saying that 30% of our daily tasks in about 60% of occupations could be automated. I also inserted here a small robot picture. The fact is that artificial intelligence basically allows us to have our own free assistant, right? You mentioned ChatGPT, for instance. There is a free version of ChatGPT that we are all able to access. So start using it because it allows us to automate different tasks of our life and allows us to spend less time on operational things and spend more time in the tasks that actually add value to our profession. Not to mention that artificial intelligence has become increasingly integrated into various sectors, such as healthcare or finance or transportation, now that we have autonomous vehicles, right, that are able to drive themselves without humans. Personalized medicine or financial fraud detection. So these are very important industries that have already started to use artificial intelligence. Now, another ask for you. How often are you using artificial intelligence in your current job? Is it once a week, once a day, never? How often do you use it, if you are using it? Often. All right. Sometime. Okay. Since most of you work as teachers or doctors, I wanna turn this into something fun, and I want you to meet John. Well, in this story, John is a geography teacher, and I want to share with you some of the tasks that artificial intelligence can replace or can support John in his work as a teacher. And the first one would be professional development. Engage with artificial intelligence powered platforms for teacher trainings and professional growth. Basically, AI can help you stay up to date on the latest educational trends and technologies. Okay. In this scenario, John is a geography teacher. So maybe he can always ask ChatGPT, I don't know, about different geographical areas that have changed in the past years, or catastrophical disasters, natural disasters that have impacted the geographical areas. You name it. So the possibilities and the questions that you can ask AI are endless. But you can stay in touch with relevant information if you do ask the right question. The second one would be virtual assistants. As I mentioned before, artificial intelligence can help us automate some of our tasks, the ones that we do not like, right? So we can spend more time doing or performing the tasks that we want to spend more time and that add more value. So as a virtual assistant, artificial intelligence can schedule things for him, for John, can track attendance in class, can monitor class participation, remind you of certain tasks that you have to do. It can even answer students' frequently asked questions or do proofreading for you. If you want somebody to reread your presentation or your lecture, it can help you do that as well. Another interesting thing John, the geography teacher, can do is to generate quizzes or automation grading. For instance, if you want to create a true or false exam or a multiple choice exam, artificial intelligence can help you do that. And that's a great thing because it will save you a lot of time. Last but not least, content generation. We're talking about the fact that AI can help you create presentations from scratch. And basically, you can curate educational content, such as generating practice problems or summarizing key concepts or even creating new learning modules. Isn't that exciting? All right.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. All right. Now, let's see some of the artificial intelligence do's and don'ts. Because yes, so far, I've only talked about the bright side of artificial intelligence. But let's see if there are any downsides to it. So among the do's would be to try to understand the capabilities and the limitations that artificial intelligence has. It's true that artificial intelligence is very smart. It has proven us that it can be, it can help us do a lot of things. But it does have certain limitations, things that it cannot do, certain areas in which it cannot replace the human mind, the human brain. So what you have to do when you use artificial intelligence is to make sure you provide clear instructions in your prompts. You know what a prompt is, I think. If not, when you talk to ChatGPT, for instance, you have to add like a script. You have to tell him what you want ChatGPT to do for you. So then you insert like a caption or a short text. Make sure you make it clear exactly what you want. For instance, if you want to generate an exam sheet, a true or false, exercise for your students, then you should let him know I want to create a 10 questions true or false exercise that includes questions related to European capitals. I don't know. Maybe it can apply in different contexts, but this is just an example. So you have to tell him clear instructions. I want to include 10 questions, European capitals, short, or maybe 3 or 4 options, and so far and so forth. So be clear. Then review and verify information. Okay, ChatGPT, let's say, generated a very nice exam sheet for you, a very nice exercise. But maybe the questions are too long. So what do we do then? We're not going to copy-paste what ChatGPT generated and just give it out to our students, right? So we need to make sure we rewrite ChatGPT and send another prompt telling ChatGPT, hey, I want to have the questions shorter, to keep them shorter, because at the moment they are too long. Do that until you get to a shape of the exam sheet that you feel comfortable with. Last but not least, use artificial intelligence for appropriate tasks. Remember that one thing that artificial intelligence cannot do is human judgment. So if you ask artificial intelligence, for instance, in which country should I move, for instance? Is Romania a great country for me to move in? Artificial intelligence may tell you that, yes, it is a nice option for you. You can move to Romania. Or it can tell you, no, you shouldn't move to Romania. So you should not trust AI 100%, right? Because the context is different for each and every one of you. So to some of you, moving to Romania would be a great option, but to some of you, it may not be. This is why you should not 100% rely on what artificial intelligence is telling you, but use your own brain, your own human judgment to make sure the information that you're getting is okay. Now, moving on to the right side of the slide, the don'ts. Do not use artificial intelligence for tasks that require human judgment. Do not rely on information that is only provided by AI for critical decisions. And do not input sensitive information. We're talking about the digital space, right? And we'll talk a little bit about this in some of the future slides. But it's about ethics and responsibility. Using AI responsibly means you should not put your sensitive information right there on the platform because some other people may access it. So make sure whenever you are interacting with AI, you're talking about, you're not giving out personal information about yourself. What do we do with the young generations, though? Because we need to prepare the young children, the students that you have. We have to prepare them for the future. Because like it or not, they will have to use artificial intelligence in their own work too. Just like every one of you in the call should have to do. So what do we do with them? What do we do with these people? The first thing we can do is to add interdisciplinary approach. Encourage interdisciplinary studies. Try to combine artificial intelligence with fields like business, healthcare, law, arts, so that students can understand what are the broad applications of AI. Then try to include artificial intelligence in their day-to-day classes. So make sure they have hands-on experience in artificial intelligence. Allow your students to open ChatGPT and see what happens. Include artificial intelligence in practical labs, in projects, and give students this hands-on experience so they understand how they can integrate artificial intelligence into problem solving. Then research opportunities. Try to facilitate undergraduate or graduate research in AI so that you can contribute to the field's advancement and encourage innovation. The next thing is something that I'm really passionate about: soft skills development. Artificial intelligence will not replace humans, but as humans, we need to develop on our soft skills, which AI does not really have, because it's a computer in the end, it's a machine. It does learn from our experience. It may look like it perceives itself as a human, but it doesn't. It doesn't have soft skills, but we humans do. And this will be very important for the future workforce to have critical thinking, creativity, emotional intelligence. These are skills that will be very valuable on the job market in the future. So then we have ethics and society. It's important to make sure students understand what are the ethical implications of artificial intelligence. Talk to them about privacy, data privacy. As I told you before, make sure you do not add personal and sensitive information into ChatGPT or similar platforms. Talk to them about the responsibility that comes with developing and deploying AI. You should encourage them to use it, but you should not encourage them to take everything ChatGPT gives them for granted or for good. I mean, yes, they can use it to research for, I don't know, a particular project, but do not encourage them to copy paste what's in there. Try to challenge your students to be able to use critical thinking, right? So they can get to the best result. And then promote lifelong learning. Artificial intelligence in 2024 will not look the same in 2028, let's say. In 4 years from now, the landscape will be different. So we need to apply lifelong learning. We need to continuously educate and continuously develop our skills so that we can stay relevant on the job market. Again, is AI responsible? We talked about this a little bit before. Well, artificial intelligence itself is not responsible. It is the humans that design and deploy and manage artificial intelligence who hold responsibility. And responsible artificial intelligence involves us making sure we are ethical, transparent, and accountable when we are generating whatever we want to generate with AI. So it's in our hands. The responsibility is ours to make sure that we are using it responsibly. The platform itself cannot yet do that. Next, do I need to be a tech person to learn AI? Well, I told you that I use artificial intelligence every day in my life, but I am not a technical person. So it's a very big difference between being the one to invent artificial intelligence and to work with machine learning, NPL, or whatever other technology that you might have heard of, and just learning how to make use of it. What we have to do is to learn how to use it and how to use it responsibly. And remember, practice makes perfect. Even though you've never, maybe some of you have, and maybe some of you have never used an artificial intelligence platform. But just imagine that AI is like a playground that allows you to simply test out ideas and to learn as you go. The most important thing is to try to challenge artificial intelligence and to try to understand what tasks can I delegate from my own work to AI and what are the results. Moving on, I just wanted to recommend you a few resources. Maybe some of you want to get to learn more about AI. These two courses are some that I am familiar with and that are free, or at least the first one I know is free. Elements of AI, generated by the University of Helsinki. I think they also offer you like a diploma or something at the, once you complete it. And then there are a lot of other introduction courses about AI on platforms like Coursera or Udemy. Maybe some of you already know or are familiar with these platforms. We have AI for Everyone by Andrew NG, but you just Google it. Or you know what? Do not Google it. This is also something that I didn't mention yet. Google is losing ground. And that's happening because platforms like ChatGPT that use machine learning are becoming more and more used and more accurate than Google. So maybe you'll want to start replacing these two platforms. Speaking of platforms, here are some of the most common used platforms at the moment. Most of them are free to use. So we have ChatGPT powered by OpenAI. We have Google Gemini. We have Llama by Meta, Facebook, ex-Facebook, Microsoft Azure. And then if you want to generate images, we have Midjourney, Leonardo AI, and Dolly. But as far as I know, these three platforms do require a subscription. You have to pay something on a monthly basis. I'm not 100% sure on the amount, but you can search for it if you wanna use them. Okay, we got a better understanding of AI, of how we can use artificial intelligence in our own work. But can artificial intelligence actually help us make more money? Well, the answer is yes, actually. AI can help us earn a little bit more money. Content creation and copywriting is something that we'll be able to do with AI. It can help us write selling texts or social media copy, right, for our posts. We can use artificial intelligence for voiceovers and translations. We can use it to generate art and designs. And we can also use it for forecasting. So on the right side, I took a screenshot of a page that I created. It's an Instagram page. I've created it like 2 weeks ago, so please don't judge me. It's not in perfect shape. But I started generating images using artificial intelligence. I started generating patterns that are inspired from our world, like from nature, let's say, and that I am planning to repurpose and create different products that use that pattern, that design. For instance, paintings that you can hang on a wall or something like that, or wallpapers. There are several options that that you can have, like, once you start creating this type of content. And all that being said, thank you so much for being here with me and being so active. It was a great pleasure. If you still have any questions, I'm more than happy to take them. Leave them in the chat. And if there aren't any questions left, it was a pleasure to be here with you today, and hope to see you again soon.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for the wonderful presentation you have made here.
Thank you.
Now I request all dear participants, still if you have any query or would like to share something, kindly discuss with keynote speaker. You are most welcome, dear participants. Welcome, Shukla sir. Dr. Shukla sir, please.
Hello, good evening, Dr. Bedkar sir, Prashant sir, and good evening, ma'am. Wonderful presentation you have made. about AI, and really we got sensitized and aware about the AI and the potential of the AI. It is not just related with some people write something, write up for you or something like that, but I think it has a wider view of AI. I remember, the India has launched Chandrayaan on moon, and the AI was talking like a human being. So they were giving messages like a human being. So really, it has been working so well over there, and we could get all pictures sitting at one place. So the AI has given a lot of information. So that is one instant what I remember. And about the medical field, yes, definitely, it will help in a diagnosis and proper diagnosis and early diagnosis. Many of the time the challenge is early diagnosis. Many of the times we fail to diagnose the condition and it appears and it becomes obvious at the end of the disease condition where we can't help much. So I think that will be the advantage what we can take with the AI. And AI can help in monitoring the patients, especially in an intensive care unit when the patient is there. The human mind get tired and, the human agency get, tired somewhere. But AI will keep, the attention for 24/7. So that is how it will monitor the all levels and everything, and it will alert the physician at sitting at his place also. So that is another thing. And the remote places, where we cannot reach, the tribal areas and very remote areas, rural areas where we cannot reach, I think AI will do a wonderful job. No doubt, AI, artificial intelligence, when we are saying nowadays, the very important thing is, patient want empathy and emotional support. That is what is required.
Right.
And a doctor cannot stay there throughout day over there. But AI can help to give this emotional support. The person can talk to the AI and they will be giving some messages to them. And no doubt, patients get some problems in the midnight and they want some problem solving. So I think AI will be helpful. But yes, definitely, the potential is very great, about the AI. I think in the share market, it can play a role. It can play a role in agriculture. It can play a role in meteorology, what you said correctly.
Exactly.
And so many, AI can work out. Definitely, AI has a great potential. Yes, when the computers were introduced, people were worried that, my typing job will get vanished and disappeared. And what will happen? This is a human nature and this is a human fear always, always there. But I think the computers made our life easier. Same thing. And similarly, you'll find AI also will make our lifestyle smooth and very well. I'm using ChatGPT. Definitely, we have to explore more and more because this is a huge world of AI. And definitely we can reshape our professional lives with the AI. So with these words, I will conclude. My question is, very important question about the AI is, the AI can be hacked. AI can be managed. AI can be, there will be flaws, like what we are using various social medias or something. AI has done something wrong with the, per person and sending, the same person as if the same person is there, same voice is there, and AI has done something wrong, and then the problem are appearing. So this potential, this danger is there with the AI. So what you would like to talk, please comment on this aspect. Otherwise, your presentation was wonderful, and I have collected some important points from your slides and the courses what you have made. Yeah, I want to know, is there any online courses available for this, learning AI further? So please elaborate on this. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you so much for your intervention. And I definitely agree with what you said. It's true. The danger in artificial intelligence is if we are not able to filter the information that we are receiving from AI, right? So as I said, it's our responsibility to make sure that the information that we are given by ChatGPT, for instance, is filtered by us, right? So don't take everything you get for granted, because yes, it can lead to certain situations like maybe spreading misinformation, right? False information to the general audience. So that's danger. This means that everyone here in the room is very, very smart, right? So we humans in our nature are very smart, and it's our responsibility to make sure that we know how to use it. You asked me about courses. I'm actually planning to create some myself. I think you can ask ChatGPT about what courses they recommend. I know some, but they are quite expensive at the moment. So I'm trying to create maybe some free versions for that particular topic, because myself, I'm very, very interested in how to be able to use artificial intelligence and integrate it in our professional life in a responsible way, so that we no longer talk about the danger, right? If we educate ourselves enough, there will be no danger in the end. But yeah, hope I answered to your question.
I think, how we are using it. The Caesar can help in a surgery, and Caesar can help in stabbing someone. So that is how, we can think about AI also. So definitely. And I think we had to explore AI further, because it has to be divided into branches, and the micro, branches we can go with. And I think that this science will grow further, because it is not just limited to what we are just counting over here. I think it will be a much, much broader and much deeper. That is what I feel. So AI is a boon, no doubt. It is a boon for human being. Thank you very much, ma'am, for your wonderful explanation also.
Thank you too. I know we have some comments in the chat. People are asking to share their PowerPoint presentation. I can give you my email address if you want. Maybe I can share it with you, or maybe, I know, is there any? I think that's the best way. Maybe I can send it to you via email.
Singh sir would like to ask, ma'am, please. Jaivir Singh sir, please welcome.
नमस्ते मैडम, सभी को नमस्कार। मैडम, मेरा सवाल है कि एआई का वातावरण पर क्या प्रभाव पड़ने वाला है? क्या ये वातावरण को प्रदूषित करे, हमारी प्रकृति को? जैसे मैं एक उदाहरण देता हूँ कि जब मेरे पास मोबाइल आया, मोबाइल आने के बाद मेरे यहाँ जो चिड़ियाएँ थी, स्पैरो थी, उसका प्रजनन 50% कम हो गया। ये मेरे खुद के पास की स्थिति है। जो मेरे यहाँ स्पैरो होती थी, बहुत होती थी, अब 50% प्रजनन उनका कम हो गया है। तो इतना मोबाइल से प्रभाव पड़ा है। कोई माने या ना माने, मेरा खुद का अनुभव है, क्योंकि मैं उस पर शोध किया है। तो क्या एआई आने वाले दिनों में वातावरण को प्रदूषित करेगी?
I'm not very informed about this, so I don't want to misinform you. But as far as I know, it does have an impact on the carbon footprint. But we're not only talking about AI, we're talking about the entire digital environment that can lead to pollution. What's interesting is that, as far as I know, there are a lot of sustainability initiatives and ideas that ChatGPT or artificial intelligence can generate for us. And then again, it's our responsibility to make sure those ideas are at least taken into account and implemented. So I don't know. It has its pros and cons, let's say. On the one hand, it can reduce pollution, and on the one hand, it's our responsibility to make sure we use it in that particular scope. There are other industries that pollute more than the digital space, but the carbon footprint is definitely impacted by the intensive use of AI.
Thank
Thank you, Dr. Swan Shukla sir and Javir Singh sir, for your nice discussion with the keynote speaker. Now I request the chief organizer of an international conference, the ideal principal of Sri Kumar Swami Mahavidyalaya Avsa, to conclude the session. You are welcome, please. Thank you, sir, for address to the session. Now I move towards the vote of thanks. As we know, all their participants, Kumar Swami Mahavidyalaya is organizing an international conference every day, a webinar series, also a world record series too. For today's session on the dais was Honorable Andreea Cristina ma'am, who talked upon the topic reshaping our professional lives with AI, where ma'am have explained all details. What do you mean artificial intelligence, how AI will reshape our workplaces, how AI will impact the future of work and our life, and how AI is reshaping the business also in our world, then how AI will transform our lives by giving different examples of different applications and many more examples. Madam, you have clarified all those details in front of us. Really, we understood a lot from your side in your lecture. So I'm very, very thankful to you. You have paid your valuable time to the session, and who is from long distance, from Romania, and you paid your valuable time. So thank you so much. I express my sincere gratitude towards you. I thanks the chief organizer of the series, Honorable Dr. M. Ambedkar sir. Especially thanks Dr. Swan Shukla sir, Javir Singh sir. We have nicely discussed with keynote speaker, interacted with the keynote speaker. So thank you so much. And I should not forget all those dear participants who joined the series regularly. So kind request everybody, please fill the feedback link which is given in the chat box. So with the kind permission of the chief organizer, I declare today's session is over. Thank you so much once again to you all. And ma'am have given, please give your email in the chat box. They will note down and will ask later on if any doubts.
You have my email in the chat. Thank you very much, Chandra, for Redker and everyone who was part in the session. I'm really hoping you will find the information useful. And we hope to see you again soon.
You can take rest. Bye bye. Thank you so much.
Have a good evening. Bye-bye.